Our second lesson in trigonometry is how to get sine, cosine, tan for different kind of angle. Example, if I ask any one of you, sine 75 equal what? It will be a difficult question. So now we are going to take some rules. These rules will help you to get the value of sine 75. Now, this is the rule that is going to help you to get sine, cosine, tan of different kind of angles. Sine A plus B equals sine A cosine B plus cosine A sine B. Same sign in the middle. If it's plus, it will be plus, and if it's minus, it will be minus. Cosine A plus B equal cosine A cosine B minus sine A sine B. You see here, it's a different sign. If it's plus, then the sign will be minus. And now tan A plus B equal tan A plus tan B over 1 minus tan A tan B, and tan A minus B equal tan A minus tan B over 1 plus tan A tan B. This rule will help you to get sine, cosine, tan of different angles. Now, after we have taken the rule, we can solve this. Sine 75. Try to get two special angles. All of us know special angles, 30, 45, 60, and so on. So I can write it as sine 30 plus 45. 30 plus 45 is the same as 75. Now I'm going to use the rule. Sine 30 plus 45, sine two angles, sum of two angles. It will be, we said that the rule of sine will be sine, cosine, cosine, and sine. I will put the angles 30, 45, and 30, and 45, and the same sign. Here it's plus, then it will be plus. Now I can get this. Sine 30 will be half. Cosine 45 will be root 2 over 2. Cosine 30, root 3 over 2. And sine 45, root 2 over 2. So if I get the value of this, it will be root 2 plus root 6 over 4. Another example, if we have sine 18 cosine 12 plus cosine 18 sine 12. We see this is the sine rule. So sine 18 cosine 12 plus cosine 18 sine 12 can be written as sine, and the same sign here, plus 18 and 12. Again, if we have sine 18 plus 12, it can be written as sine, cosine, cosine, sine. So here is the opposite. Now what's 18 plus 12? 18 plus 12 will be what? 30. And all of us know that sine 30 will be equal to half. Another example. Sine 60 plus x cosine x minus cosine 60 plus x sine x. Here it's also a rule of sine. Sine, cosine, cosine, sine. So I can write it as sine. What's the first angle? 60 plus x. And the middle sign will be put here. And the second angle is x. So x and x will go together. So it will be sine 60. And all of us know that sine 60 will be root 3 over 2. Another example for cosine. Cosine 78 cosine 18 plus cosine 12 sine 18. What's the problem here? The problem here is cosine 12. Why? It should be, instead of cosine 12, sine 78. Because the rule is cosine, cosine, sine, sine. We took before that cosine 12 is equal to sine 78. Why? Because 12 and 78, both of them, their sum is 90. So sine 78 is equal to cosine 12. So instead of cosine 12, I can write sine 78. Because both are the same. Now it's cosine, cosine, sine, sine. And the angles are the same. So it's cosine rule. I can write instead of it cosine, and opposite of the sign here is plus, so I will write minus. The first angle is 78 and the second angle is what? 18. So it will be cosine 60. And we know that cosine 60 is half. Another question. Tan pi over 12 plus tan pi over 6 over 1 minus tan pi over 12 tan pi over 6. It's tan rule. You can change pi to 180 or you can solve it as it is. If I want to change it, pi mean 180, so it will be tan. 180 over 12 mean 15 plus 180 over 6 mean 30 over 1 minus tan 15 tan 30. It's tan rule. So I will write instead of it, its rule tan 15 plus 30. which means tan 45, which is equal to 1. Our last example, if we have sine A equal 12 over 13, A belong to pi over 2 and pi, cosine B equal 4 over 5, B belong to 0, pi over 2, we want to get sine A plus B. It's the same as senior one. You are going to draw angle A. Angle A in first or second? No, it's in the second quad. It's between 90 and 180. So I will draw here angle A. Now, this is opposite, this is hypotenuse, this is adjacent. And all of us know that sine equal opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite is 12 and the hypotenuse is 13. Pythagoras will get this by 5. But this is to the left, so I will put negative here in 5. Now I can get anything for angle A. I can get cosine A, which will be adjacent over hypotenuse, negative 5 over 13, or tan A. The same thing for angle B. If I draw angle B, it will be in the first quad, because he written here 0 and 90. I am here now, angle B. This is opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. Cosine mean adjacent over hypotenuse, so adjacent is 4 and hypotenuse is 5. Pythagoras gets this by 3. So this is angle B. Now I need to get sine A plus B. We said before that sine A plus B is sine, cosine, cosine, sine. Now I will put the signs plus here, A, B, and here A and B. I have the value. Sine A is 12 over 13. Cosine B is 4 over 5 plus cosine A adjacent over hypotenuse, so it will be negative 5 over 13. And the last, sine B, OH, opposite over hypotenuse, which will be 3 over 5. And I'll get the value of this. It will be 33 over 65.